voice of Darth Vader in Star Wars belongs to veteran American actor James Earl Jones.
You're too proud of this technological terror you've constructed.
The star of stage and screen did not always boast such a sonorous bass. As a young boy, he suffered from a stutter and took acting lessons to help control it.
For his family, that's the book we're going to read today.
A supporter of reading in schools, he's seen here promoting books to kids in New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina.
Thanksgiving, thank you.
Leaving the childhood stutter behind, he's since made a career of his impressive voice, heard by millions every day on this network.
This is CNN.
And delighting audiences with the voice of Mufasa in The Lion King. Now, treading the boards, Jones is appearing in London's West End as Big Daddy in Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, recently transferred from Broadway.
That's my precious baby.
Sorry, turn it back on.
Enjoying his 5th decade in the business, James Earl Jones is our connector of the day. And I sat down with him earlier this week in London, and I started by asking whether he regretted what many people thought was a rather strange decision not to accept credit for being the voice of Darth Vader in Star Wars. This is what he told me.
Oh, no. In fact, it was fun. It became a big mystery. Who was that? Who is that inside the mask? Well, David Prowse, of course. Yeah. But coming out of this, mouth was mystery. They used to say, well, it sounds like Jeffrey Holder, doesn't it? I said, yes, it does. So Jeffrey has a slight Trinidadian accent, and otherwise it sounds just like Jeffrey. I bet that's Jeffrey. It was more fun denying it than it was admitting it until the episode where Darth dies. Then I accepted credit.
Fantastic. Let me ask you some viewer questions, because we've had lots and lots and lots of them. Orville Boutillier, and I hope I've pronounced his name right, wants to know, how has the profession of acting changed since you've been in the business? Do you think the audience is more shallow, needs to be better entertained? How have things changed?
Well, less hamming accepted. I think there's a police squad that keeps us from hamming. No, but sometimes that's important too. Sometimes they do want to ham, and that's when they call me.
Just listen to your voice. It is quite remarkable. And Zach from China has written in to ask, was your voice as deep when you were a teenager?
We never knew, because I didn't talk. From the age of about 5, I went mute. I stuttered so badly that I gave up talking. So we didn't know until I was 14. And then when I started talking again, with the encouragement of a great English teacher, I had a male voice. I had a grown-up's voice, bass voice. So we never knew about the transition.
It's remarkable. How did you overcome that stutter? You've suggested it was with the help of a great English teacher. Do you remember going through the whole process?
I remember the misery of knowing we're in high school now, and you're reading great written material, great literature, and the idea of being able to say those words really inspired me. I didn't ever expect to write things like that, but I did want to enjoy saying them. And the idea of acting had not occurred to me, although my father was already an actor then. But and this teacher encouraged me he said, if you like the words, you've got to be able to learn to say them. And that's what started it.
Brian writes in to say, I've always enjoyed seeing you on the big screen. He says his favourite being a family thing. Is it hard, he says, playing roles in which you have to deal with bigotry?
I love the family thing, and that wasn't really about bigotry. You know what? It was about 2 men, 1 black, 1 white, who have to join because they are brothers. They discover they are brothers. And Robert Duvall's character, he is a bigot because he was raised as a cracker, as a white man in that part of the South. And he never learns to get over that. What he learns, though, is to be an uncle to a black nephew, which is the same thing as being cured.
You enjoyed it?
I enjoyed it, yeah.
Paolo wants to know, do you secretly play or joke with Darth Vader's voice? And if so, where and when?
Oh, Paolo, I don't joke with Darth Vader's voice. First of all, it is partly owned by George Lucas. I can't go around speaking as Darth Vader. I once threatened to. I wanted to do a whole panel show where I answered questions like this as Darth Vader. No, I can't do that. The concept is patented and it's owned by George Lucas. But if George asks me to, I can do some funny things with the...
Well, I'll ask him. We'll have you back on. Lucy Corn simply asks, in the movie of your life story, who would you like to do the voiceover?
Colin Powell and I once joked that he would play me as a young man, and I'd play him as an old man, but I think we got over that.
Can you, for us at CNN, do the one thing that we all love you for and will always remember you for?
This is CNN.
What a fabulous man.